Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carole at Big Cat Rescue, and I was headed out to see if they are doing evening meds and snacks. And I can hear Cameron roaring in the background, but I came across this hawk that was eating something. I don't know if I want to see it or not. Hopefully it's a fish. Is it a fish? I don't want to scare you. I'm sure you worked hard for it. Nature this morning. Sarah had a yoga thing out in that field this morning, so they were on the outside of the fence, but she said Zabu came up and entertained them the whole time they were doing yoga. There were about 22 people, and I think she said she raised $110 for the cats, so that was pretty cool. I don't know if we've ever had a yoga event here. Everybody asked her if she could do it every week. She said she didn't think she could spare that much time for it. Maybe we're really missing the boat on that kind of thing. Oh, look at you up on your platform, Mr. King of All I Survey. Speaking of surveyors, I just paid my surveyor $2,000 to survey a piece of property, naming all the trees. I find that to be ludicrous that the county requires that I draw every single tree on the property when I have no intention of cutting any of the trees down. I love trees. I do everything I can to work around them. I swear Hillsborough County does everything they can to keep you from putting up a modular or mobile home. I don't know why either. They're usually a lot better built than the stick-built stuff I see pulling up all over town made out of particle board. Lori says Zabu joined in the yoga class. Nikita would have been great for yoga. Alright, Doc, don't walk in front of me. Since Cameron and Zabu are on vacation, they are cleaning out their cage. So Sarah came back to work the afternoon here. Sarah Valentine's here in the red shirt. Sarah left for vet school, but we allowed her to come back during her break, put in some volunteer hours, and we're very happy to have her because, man, is she a hard worker. Miss Priya! So, raise your hands if you have any of the Alexa devices. Alexa Echo, Alexa Spot, Alexa Show. In fact, it would help me greatly if you have any of those devices to say which one. So maybe instead of just raising your hand, since I can't see you, type in the comments which type of Alexa device you're using. I'm trying to understand there's like 39 million people are using Alexa devices in the United States. That's crazy. That's like 16% of the entire American public, according to the article that I read in, I think it was Forbes. It was a 2018 article. So apparently there are just tons and tons of people using Alexa. The Amazon conference gave me an Echo Spot. It has a little screen on it. It's about a 2.5-inch screen. It's really, really tiny. The Echo Show is like a little iPad, so it's got a little bit better screen, and then the regular Echo and the Echo Dot don't have any kind of a video screen. So what I'm trying to figure out is how can we get our information out into Alexa land in the ways that most people are going to be able to see it and interact with it. Oh, good. Looks like we haven't missed all the evening snacks. So those of you who have Alexa know that there's something called skills, and so you can enable a skill on your Alexa device. So like I enabled some skills that were like, tell me a cat fact, or tell me a joke of the day, or I have Big Sky that tells me about my weather.
Yeah. Come on. Come on, bud. You want to move that leg? Yeah. And you want to come here, my love. Hi, handsome.
Boy, he's just flying off that platform for that food.
I know, right?
Look at, she even has you on her shirt. Big fan.
Woohoo!
Come on.
Come on, baby.
We have so many good things for you in this bucket. Bring you all the stuff if you won't eat it.
And he'll eat it.
Eat all of it.
He's like,
Okay, I don't. So you can,
all right, I'll come back. I'll go to Keisha and then I'll come back to you.
do you want me to keep trying?
Yeah, I don't know if I have. Oh, okay. No, I don't know if I have gloves for you.
I mean, I can do it without
Oh, wait,
those.
I do.
I don't really care as long
I do.
do whatever it takes until he eats.
Yeah, keep that one because I have the smaller one.
That just reminds me of TJ.
It totally reminds me of Teach.
Hey!
Andy!
Are you channeling TJ? My goodness, you got 5 people over here.
We
That's
got a
what
whole
Sarah B
party
said.
going on over here.
275 people on Facebook calling your name.
Look at all these fans.
Come on,
they
big
want you
guy.
to come eat. I want you.
I wonder if we wave like on a camera's turkey.
Andy!
I know, right?
I told him that I was going to start dancing in front of the Explore people.
You mean-
Didn't want to do it, but I would if I made him come down.
There's no turkey over there. Is there?
That's your boy.
But you know, if you tease him with it, you gotta give it.
Come here, my angel.
Because that's only fair.
Come on, big guy, look!
That's boy. Come here, you.
He's like that.
He's even sticking his tongue out.
And he's positioning himself so he can't see us.
I
The
know.
first one that yesterday, his door was open for hours, and he didn't even pay any attention to it.
That's your boy. Come here, my love. Hi, my love. That's your boy.
Look at all these purples here to see you. Come on, Andy.
Is purple your favorite color?
Come on, handsome boy.
Try my luck with Keisha.
My love.
That was easy.
Yeah, he was right there. I know.
My love. Hi, my love. Come here.
He's got his eye open.
Yeah, he's got one eye. That's your boy. Come here, my love.
Tom.
It's all on their time for sure. So we'll see how Keisha's doing. Keisha was looking very bright and alert. She's had some very bad days, but I've been gone for several weeks. Apparently she's gotten to feeling better since then, so I hope the two are related. They've been a little bit worried about Andy. He's not been eating great, and he was not, well, we weren't sure if he was pooping because sometimes he poops in the lake, and so we can't get a sample, so that's why we had him locked up for a couple of days, was to get a sample, which they collected and sent off, and it had a ton of hair in it, but stuff is passing, so it wasn't hard. Just don't know like what's up with him.
Coming in.
I'm gonna stay back so that I don't bother her.
Sweet girl. Want some bread? Can we do some bread? Yeah.
a performance with her.
Since I never feed her, I never see this side of her.
Yep.
People say, she got so angry. It's like, Keisha? Keisha got angry? Are you serious?
But as long as she eats, she can be grumpy all she wants.
Yeah.
She gets excited about the turkey drums.
Yeah.
All of that and you're not gonna eat it? Have it? Alright. I can have it later. I'll come back for it later.
It's like, I don't want to be rushed while I'm eating. Just savor this.
And she yells every time. Every time. But she eats. 1, 2, 3 pounds every time. So I just keep putting it in her face. As long as she's eating, I'm happy. Alright. These are all my diets for today.
They had a lot of purple shirts here, the coordinator level, so apparently they got most of the cats taken care of. Let's spin around here, see if we can go find some cats. Here's little Gabrielle. Hello, Miss Gabby. She is. Joyce emailed me and said that she's building a bed for Gabrielle and we're going to hang it underneath her platform. So she was calling me to ask about hardware. Gabrielle's such a tiny little tiger. I think she'll like being able to get up off the ground. Goodness, you guys are from all over the place. Ooh, going backwards, going forwards. Yeah, Melissa's right. Any cat who was born in a cage is doomed to have to live their entire lives in cages. So that's why it's such a bad thing to ever go see a cub or to pet a cub. I saw Susan was getting ready to post an alert about some idiot sports player who went and paid to have his picture made with well, I presume he paid. They probably let him have it for free, just for the publicity they could get out of having him cuddle a lion cub. And that just sends the worst possible message, because then other people want to go do it because they saw some sports hero do it. And those cubs end up being killed in canned hunts and relegated to backyard breeding mills and just all kinds of horrible things. So there's no reason to be breeding cats for life in prison. Hi! Right? You don't belong in prison. Yeah, if it were legal to rehab these guys and send them back to the wild, we would do that. In fact, these guys right here, the cougar cubs, as they're fondly called, they're not cubs, they've been here for, I don't know, 11 or 12 years. They were born in the wild, but they were born in the wild in Idaho, and a hunter shot their mom and was going to try and make pets out of them. And Idaho doesn't allow them to be rehabbed and released back to the wild. But because they were born in Idaho, they can't be released back to the wild in any other state. So, unfortunately, they're stuck living their lives out in cages as well, even though they were actually born in the wild. Yeah, we can spin around and see if Riza's out. Since you're just yawning. You're just yawning, yawning, yawning. Well, when you say at least they won't be hunted here, but unfortunately an awful lot of the cats that are born in cages end up being hunted in what they call canned hunts, where people pay to shoot them in cages. So just because they're born in cages or taken into captivity certainly does not mean that they've been spared a horrible fate. Feel bad for the Hollies. They built Maya this gorgeous platform, and I have yet to catch her on it. They would really love to see her on it. Go inside the fence so we can see if we can see her and Miss Riza. It may start raining on me, but I don't care because today I have my truck. I had to be out here at stupid o'clock this morning because I am not prone to being here early in the mornings for the yoga. And I didn't want to be late since I was in charge of taking care of the gate. It's not wanting to focus on you, Maya. It's wanting to focus on that tree branch. Let's see how that goes. There we go. Just in time for that cute stretch. I saw somebody ask if zoos ever give their animals to canned hunts. So there's a great book by Alan Green called Animal Underworld that showed that a lot of the zoos that you would think would know better were sending their animals to canned hunts and horrible roadside zoos and just awful situations. And of course, once the zoos got called out for doing that, then what they started doing is instead of doing it directly, they sell them to brokers who then sell them into those horrible situations. I'm sorry you can't hear me. A lot of people say that if they wear a headset, it does a lot better job. I can't yell around the cats because this is a sanctuary, and for me to get the camera to where you guys can see them, it's a long way from my mouth. I've tried a bunch of microphones that you hook up to your camera, but I have this on a stabilizer so that it's not so bumpy that it's making you sick. And for it to be in the stabilizer, you can't plug in the microphone. So it's like, one of these days, somebody's going to build a stabilizer that actually has access for your microphone so that you can both see and hear. Wouldn't that be lovely? I'm looking for Riza, but looks like she might be underground. She's in the high grass. Where's Riza? Riza, Riza. Are you in your den? Is that Riza in her den? There's the whistle bunny. She's having a bath. You like it in there, huh? It's nice and cool. No rain on your ears. Give yourself a great bath. Yes, yeah. I love the good girl. Did you just now see me? We often talk about how our cats live so much longer than they usually live at most other facilities. And part of the reason for that, I mean, there's lots of reasons. There's good food and vet care, but I think one of the reasons is that it's just so peaceful here. It's not like a zoo where you got children running around and screaming and carrying on. And apparently today on one of the tours, a family had a kid who was throwing himself on the ground and screaming and yelling, and so operations manager came out to escort the family off the property. And she said the family told her, we don't want to give in to him because that's just what he wants, and you know, we're trying to, they didn't use this word, but she said do some operant conditioning on him. And she said, well, that's just fine, but you're going to have to do the operant conditioning in the parking lot away from the cats because we're not going to expose the cats to that. So I was very glad to hear that she did not allow the child to continue misbehaving in the presence of the cats. Are you going to stay in the den too, Manny? Yeah. Is that thunder and lightning so scary? Or are you just chilling? You don't look too scared. You'd be on me in a heartbeat. But yeah, he's almost on his feet the minute I turn my head away. Oh, you're sneaky. You are sneaky on your feet and out of the den already. He's so sneaky. Where's Miss Sundari? There she is. There's the good girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, come here. Come here. I missed you. I missed you so much. I missed you very much. Oops. Did Palmetto get you? Yeah, got you. Yes, we have about 70 cats. If you go to bigcatrescue.org/catbio, it lists all of them, and you can play an audio file of each of the cats. So that's what I was doing today with Alexa, was trying to create an application where you could play each of the cat stories either by calling them by name, or if you didn't know the cat's name, just say, play me a cat bio, and it would play you random cat bios. And I was so pleased with my learning. I watched all these tutorials on how to do it and spent a long time going just agonizingly step by step back and forth to the videos. Got it all done, and what's happening is Alexa is reading the link for the audio file instead of playing the audio file. So I've done something wrong. I don't know what I've done wrong. I hired a guy today who is supposed to be an expert at writing Alexa skills, and I'm going to be meeting with him tomorrow, so hopefully he can fix the mess I've made. I also created what they call a skill for Big Cat News. So every day, usually, except for lately because she's been busy building her units, but almost every day, Luana does a daily update at Big Cat Rescue. And so by virtue of the fact that our website publishes an RSS file, which means really simple syndication, I thought I might be able to import that and then have Alexa read the portions of the page that are readable. So I've submitted it to Alexa, but I'm not sure that I got it right, because I don't have any way of testing it until it actually goes live. Goodness knows what kind of mess I'm going to make with that. Thank you for publishing that link to our updates. They're usually right at the top of the page there. Say, don't leave, I just had to pee. I forget who's in Funcation. Do you remember, Sundari? Who's your neighbor over there? Oh, it's robbing those ears. It's robbing them so much. I love what Lawana is doing with the mod groups and the share groups and the units. She's been working to bring all of our really avid fans up to speed on all of the answers that we would give. Lawana says it's cricket in Funcation. The answers we would give if somebody were asking us a question, because with so many people visiting our social sites, we want to make sure everybody gets an answer and that they get the right answer. And so trying to build all of those little educational components to make sure that people are telling the right stories about the cats has taken a long time, and she's had a lot of help from people like Carole Judge and Deb Quimby and Marlene and Mary, and I know I'm missing people that she talks about all the time, but all of those guys have been working very, very hard to make it a systematic type thing where they can train newcomers really quick and easy to then share these posts into other groups that like this kind of content, so that we can meet new people and educate new people about big cats and why they don't belong in cages. I don't see cricket. So anything like that takes a long time, and a lot of other things kind of fall beside the way while you're trying to get that thing up and running. That's the story of my life. I'm always dropping 8 balls to try and keep 2 of them in the air. Beecher. Well, we thought we were coming back to you, Manny. Let's go to Beecher. He's always awake. He usually has something to say. Deb's also been helping me with the catrescue.biz site, which is the site where the shirt that I was showing you guys earlier of Andy Tiger and a lot of our cats are on tanks and teas and cups, and she's been going to the vendor sites and finding just dozens and dozens and dozens of beautiful cat jewelry and lots of cat jewelry, all kinds of cat jewelry, and hair bows and accessories and purses and all kinds of stuff, and putting them on the catrescue.biz site. So that's been very, very helpful. She's a professional shopper. I don't know if anybody needs platforms. I think the Hollies were here today because somebody was telling me they locked one of the cats up so that the Hollies could get into their cage to work on platforms. We haven't had a really bad storm. We've had rain today, but it hasn't been terrible. And thankfully, it rained right before yoga this morning, and it rained right after yoga, but it did not rain during yoga, which was great. Sounds like it's going to storm now, and I'm a long way from my golf cart. Oh, I gotta walk fast. Well, maybe that's what's coming this way. Howie's meeting with our congressional representative, and he asked me if I would bring the 360 headset home because he wants to strap it on her head and show her the work that we're doing in 360. So that's going to be fun. Oh, it's raining. I'm running. My screen said something isn't working, so I don't know if I lost you guys. Sorry about that, Linda. I have the feeling we're at the end of this broadcast due to the weather. Yeah, I think I mentioned rain. I probably changed it. Well, Keisha's drumstick is gone. I don't know if Keisha ate it or if Angie came back and got it. Linda, I just came back from California and I cannot believe how dry everything looks there. No wonder you guys have such horrible wildfires. It's like everything is so dead, and it's August. August is like, for us anyway, it's the time when everything is so green. And after being gone for like 3 weeks of Washington, D.C. and then California and then Washington State, when I came home, it was like everything here looked so green. Like everywhere I look, it's green. Ladies out there working in that rain. Probably feels good after sweating all day. And I'm glad you're enjoying the units. I signed up to join, I think, but I haven't had a chance to really look at them yet. I've only been back for a couple of days, and as you can imagine, everything is really up. Here's Bill. Well, it looks like I missed some of the feeding. I thought when Angie said she was done feeding, she meant the cats were done. Looks like Becky has food. And Hoover's not coming out this week.
Catherine was making fun of me because I told her yesterday when I came over to Hoover, he actually got up and turned around and faced the other way and put his butt to me. So I walked around, got him a couple pieces, and he did the same thing again. She goes, well, he likes to make you mad. He just did it to her. So I said, at least I'm not the only one. I said, he don't make me mad, he just makes me more determined. And he ate 4 pounds for me, so.
If you guys have long sticks, you could get him from both sides.
Yeah, but then he gets mad and he tells you no with the stick. He just puts his foot on it and says, take it. And of course Cameron ran away. He wouldn't come out. I said we should have looked up when it started raining. We could have seen him running.
That'd be the only time you see that cat running.
Yeah, he was underneath the trees and he was looking all over for Zabu, and then he saw her in the den. Oh. Duck, why don't you go to Gail's house where the rest of the ducks are?
This is great weather for ducks. Well, you're not kidding about ducks at Gail's house. There must be 30 of those little mallards in front of her house.
All the ones from here went to her house. The squirrels.
That bird feeder.
Yeah. That's good though. They're off property.
Probably a little bit safer down there.
Yeah. And you know they got feed, so.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Good night.
Yeah. Looks like this is gonna be in for a while. Everybody stay dry.
Dark Sky says it's gonna rain for an hour.
Oh, great. We still have Servy and she won't come out in the rain.
Oh no.
That's okay. Frosty ate his mineral oil tonight.
Oh, that's good. It'll be a mess for somebody in the morning.
Yeah, they got very confused this morning because I was trying to figure out why he wouldn't poop. And I thought, well, he doesn't want to go in the hospital because he doesn't want to go on the bedding. He probably doesn't want to go on the concrete. So I took a shovel and I dug up some sod and I shoved it underneath there onto the concrete. I thought maybe he'll want to poop on that. No. But Catherine and Angie are like, why is there dirt and grass in Frosty's hospital cage? I said, surprise! It didn't work, but it was worth a try.
I know everybody was getting worried about Nabisco not going, but apparently he went.
Oh, he did? Yay! Yeah, he's ready to go back outside. He's really interested in watching outside, so we leave the door open for him a little while. He sits there with his 2 front feet out, just watching everybody go by. He likes to see the cars drive by.
He does seem to love all of the interaction up there.
Yeah.
Maybe he should move the cess cage.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Oh, it's gonna rain harder now. Ducky, go away. You're gonna get run over.
I can't figure out how to. Oh, there's finished.